Hey everybody, this is GGB co-host Poppers. We're getting back into this fourth quarter action. Will the ACC be able to pull off this 21-point comeback? Or will the Big 12 hold on and win their first ever Super Bowl in this Conference of Champions? Will they be deemed the best conference of 2021? And will they become the third different team to win this award? Or will the ACC continue their undefeated streak under Bruce Arians and Lamar Jackson's reign? Who knows? Well, the only way to know, the only way to know is to continue watching the game. Under center here is Lamar Jackson. They go pass, actually. He's going to have time. 3-man rush. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to actually slide for about a 6-yard gain. 4-yard gain, actually. Bring up a 2nd and 6. And the clock is the Big 12's friend. It's not the ACC's friend, that's for sure. And the more clock that trips off here, the more time that trips off that clock, the better. If you're a Big 12 fan. 14 and a half minutes left. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. It's going to go pass, 4-man rush. It's going to fire it. It's going to be caught for the first down by Darren Waller. And, yep. Actually, not a first down, 3rd and 1. So they're able to tackle him just short. Ooh, the Big 12 has changed their coaching adjustments to strip ball aggressive. So they're going for a strip ball. So that could either be that's either going to be a really good thing or a really bad thing for this Big 12 team, because you cannot have. Actually, face mask wouldn't be that bad down here. So I guess it makes only good things can happen from it. They're going to go pass. It's going to be caught. Oh, that was close to being picked off by Earl Thomas. He saw that coming from a mile away, but Darren Waller still able to hold on to that ball. And if you're the Big 12, you are 13 and a half minutes away from having a Super Bowl. And you're away from having a Super Bowl trophy and, moving on. Not moving on, but you only have a couple years left. You really do only have a couple years left with this opportunity to win one, and you have the perfect opportunity here for the Big 12. You got to take advantage of it. Looks like a blitz here for the Big 12. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. They're going to run with Dalvin Cook, who has a huge hole. He's able to walk into that end zone, and he's going to make this a 14-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen, and suddenly, this is very much a ball game. And sure, they got to make the extra point. And let's not pretend Harrison Butker hasn't had his struggles today. But if he makes it, again, 14-point game, this is far from over, everyone. Far from it. The ACC can very well come back in this game. You know they have the firepower with Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins, Dalvin Cook, Tyler Boyd, Devontae Parker, Jamison Crowder, and Darren Waller. Kick is up and good by Harrison Butker. Definitely wasn't a good-looking kick, but it went up through the uprights regardless. And if you're Mahomes, you got to get your guys excited. You are 13 and a half minutes away from winning, being deemed the best conference. You were the 6th seed. You are 13 and a half minutes from being the first 6th seed to ever win it. Now, sure, the ACC, there's only been 2 other teams that won it. One was a 2 seed and one was a 3 seed. But a 6 seed is by far the lowest seed to have ever won this thing. So it's really amazing what they've been able to do so far. But it's not going to be over until that clock hits 0. It's going to be returned with Tyler Lockett. And I'm not sure. The only people that should remember this is maybe my family. Maybe I had my cousin down during this. But the Big 10 went on a last-second drive with Tom Brady, and the Big 12 felt heartbreak when they scored a touchdown with literally under 10 seconds remaining to take the lead. It was a heartbreaking game for sure for the Big 12. They don't want to taste that heartbreak again. They want to taste the sweet taste of victory. And if they want to do that, they've got to be able to run the ball well with Joe Mixon. And throw the ball well. 2 tight ends set here, it looks like. They're going to go pass. He's able to get it off. Ooh, Sterling Shepard makes the catch, and he's going to be able to take it all the way down to the 32-yard line. big-time play by Sterling Shepard in the fourth quarter. Despite not being able to do much the entire game, Sterling Shepard makes another big-time catch in the fourth quarter. And how many of those have we seen by Sterling Shepard in these playoffs? He had that huge game against the SEC, and large reason why they ended up winning that game. And Sterling Shepard makes another big-time play to take them deep into ACC territory. Shotgun here. Looks like a 5-man rush here. I'd go run actually with Mixon. I think he could have the blocks on the edge. They actually decided to go pass. They bring a 5-man rush. Fires it underneath to Mixon, who runs out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. And you know what I mean by Mahomes being kind of a great point guard for this offense, because honestly, if rewatch all of these games, if the Big 12 ends up, you should rewatch the wild card matchup against the MAC, then watch the SEC game in the divisional round, and watch the Big Ten Conference Championship. Mahomes is going to have time. He fires it underneath to Mixon, who's going to get tackled immediately again, only about 2 yards on that play. Brings up a 3rd and 3, but rewatch all these games, and you'll notice that Mahomes is far from carrying the team. He's not being the Mahomes that we all know, like, that carries the team on his shoulders and makes big-time plays to big-time. What's so great about the team is he doesn't have to. He's a point guard of this offense. He gets it to the open guys. 4-man rush. He's going to get sacked, though. Big-time sack by Bradley Chubb. That might push him out of field goal range, 4th and 9. And suddenly you're looking at, if they miss this long field goal, which is very possible in this rain, you're looking at great field position for this offense. And Bradley Chubb makes another big-time play. And maybe that injury to Chandler Jones was the best thing for this team, because let's be honest, Bradley Chubb has done a phenomenal job at rushing the passer here today. Arguably a better job than Aaron Donald has. They are going to try this long field goal with Justin Tucker. Big time play. Let's see if he makes it. The kick is up. Ooh, is that going to be good? It gets through the uprights, and they take a 17-point lead. Oh, heartbreak if you're the ACC. Justin Tucker steps up big, though, and he barely makes that long field goal, but he makes it in the torrential downpour nonetheless. And they take a 17-point lead with 11.5 minutes remaining. But still, 11.5 minutes remaining. Plenty of time for Bruce Arians and this offense to be magical once again. It's going to be a tough. You can tell this is going to be a tough fought ending. Neither of these teams are going to go quietly into the night. They're going to rage. Justin Tucker to kick this ball off. Jamison Crowder to return. Goes straight to Jamison Crowder. He's going to take a knee in the back of the end zone. So great kick by Justin Tucker to make sure there's no return. But here comes out on the field Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson on the last drive has led them to a touchdown, but so far today has been quite, I don't know how to explain other than unproductive. Again, only 3 points before the fourth quarter. 3 points. He had 3 points in the opening drive, did not score in the second quarter, did not score in the third quarter. So again, this is why the Big 12 Cardinals are up by 17 points. It's because you haven't been able to get anything going offensively. But let's see if that changes here today on this drive. Lamar Jackson decides to pass. He fires it over the middle to Darren Waller, who's going to get tackled by Nick Kwiatkowski, short of that first down marker by about 2 yards, 3 yards they call it. Sean Elliott in the huddle. 11.5 minutes remaining. 11.5 minutes from Big 12 being remembered in history. Can they hold on? Or can the ACC pull off a miracle comeback? And with 11.5 minutes remaining. 2 tight end set here with Eric Ebron on the field. Under center is Lamar Jackson. They're going to go pass, actually, here. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He avoids the sack by Jerry Hughes, and he's going to have a lot of running room. He's going to get it all the way down to the 43-yard line of the other team, and yeah, this is what happens. I mean, that was good. It was good attack by Jerry Hughes on the outside, but unfortunately able to get around Jerry Hughes, cuts through the inside, and able to pick up a big-time rush by Lamar Jackson. And yeah, this is what it feels like to be in the Super Bowl, guys. Every single player is going to give their absolute best to win this game, and you better believe that you have to give your all. Under center here is Lamar Jackson. 1 tight end set here with Darren Waller. It's a 5-man rush. They do bring that 5th man. And he fires it incomplete to Tyler Boyd. Inaccurate. Tyler Boyd was open on the slant, but unfortunately, Lamar Jackson's unable to hit him. 10.5 minutes remaining. Down 17. Got to score in this drive. Got to make it a 10-point ball game once again. Get it down to a 10-point ball game. Empty set here for Lamar Jackson. Again, plenty of time, but 3 possessions. You got to be able to score here. 3-man rush here by the Big 12. He's going to give Lamar Jackson time. He's going to get it out to Darren Waller. He's going to be able to pick up the first down. Uncovered in the flat, and he's able to just run to pick up that first down. He brings up another 1st and 10. Keeps the drive alive, but the clock is still a-ticking, and it's going to get down to 10 minutes here. You've got to score. 9 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. 3-man rush. We're going to keep that 3-man rush. He's going to have plenty of time to scramble. He does decide to scramble. He's going to slide, though. And he's only going to pick up a couple of yards on the play and 5 yards on the play. I mean, if you're the Big 12, you take that. It keeps the clock moving. Again, you're up by 17 points. 3-possession ball game. They still have their 3 timeouts, sure, but still the clock is moving. It's the 4th quarter. You'll take that 5-yard rush. That keeps the clock moving. Under center here is Lamar Jackson. And he's going to pass here. He's going to scramble out of the pocket, and he's going to have running room, and he's going to get it to the 15-yard line before he is tackled by, I don't know, who's that? Quandre Diggs, I want to say. Yep, it is Quandre Diggs. 1st and 10, 15-yard line. Another big-time scramble by Lamar Jackson. I know this is what he's known for, but he's really decided to do it more in this 4th quarter, which is, he really should have done it before this time, but, you know. He's decided to keep the ball in his hands, and he's really the best person to have it in his hands. But 1st and 10, 8 minutes 50 seconds remaining. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. 3-man rush here by the Big 12. He's going to fire it. It's going to be caught. Darren Waller's going to get tackled just short of the touchdown at the 1-yard line. And they are right at the edge getting this thing, punching this ball in. At the very least, though, the Big 12 wastes about 30 seconds more of this clock, gets it down to 8 minutes before they score. It's still plenty of time here for the ACC to make this comeback. Looks like a blitz here by the Big 12. They do go run with Dalvin Cook, who's going to push his way to the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He's going to give it a slow clap, and it's going to push it to a 10-point ball game. 2 possessions, 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. We are in a fist fight, ladies and gentlemen. We are right at the cusp. And he's able to push straight through Jerry Hughes' arm. And he's carries Jerry Hughes into the end zone. Dalvin Cook has had the nose for the end zone. Both their touchdowns, and he's going to make it a 10-point ball game. And you can tell that this crowd knows that the momentum is shifting in this game. And the Big 12 need to make big-time plays on the offensive side of the ball to keep this clock moving and extend their lead. The Big 12 Cardinals defense is kind of crumbling down the stretch here, and that means their offense needs to step it up a bit. So, our special teams ended up making a big-time kick earlier. Can their offense do the same thing? Still a 2-possession game if you're the Big 12. You can chew some clock here on the next drive. And the goal is to chew some clock but still get a couple first downs and make sure that you waste some time. Yeah, because they can't use their timeouts yet. They need them for another drive, and you just need to make sure next time that defensively they take some time to go down there and get at least a touchdown or a field goal. Kickoff is off by Harrison Butker. That's going to be returnable by Nick Kwiatkowski, maybe? Or Andrew Beck. He's going to get to the 31-yard line regardless. I think that's actually Andrew Beck returning that one. So like Gabe Neighbors, their fullbacks returning it. And Mahomes is retaking the field. Mahomes has been really good today. Can he be the quarterback they need down the stretch? The guy that kicks up the first downs and makes the big-time plays. Only up by 10 points with 8 minutes remaining. The ACC can very much come back there. They have the offense to explode, and they have the defense to make the stops. Can Mahomes make the plays? They bring Andrew Beck on the field for this play. Shotgun Mahomes. Mixon lined up directly behind him. They bring Amendola in motion. They're going to go fake. They're going to go actually pitch to him, and it's going to go nowhere. Exactly 0 yards on the play. Actually goes backwards a yard. Big-time tackle made by Jair Alexander, and it's going to be 2nd and 11. But now the clock keeps on moving, I believe. I don't know why it's not moving, but The clock keeps on moving at the very least. So at least it's not an incomplete pass. But still, it hurts if you are a Big 12 fan. You need to keep picking up first downs. You cannot give ACC hope in this game, because we all know that they have the players that they can win. Shotgun here. Mahomes mixing beside him. They're going to snap it. Fires it underneath. It's going to be caught by Marquise Hollywood Brown. Haven't seen him since the first quarter. Second catch of the ball game. Despite being the number 3 receiver, we haven't seen him a lot here today, but he makes another big-time catch to make it a 3rd and 6. So who do you go to on this 3rd and 6 if you are the Big 12? Again, you really want to pick up this first down and keep that clock moving. So personally, you got to go to Danny Amendola. He's been your only reliable option here today. Looks like a blitz coming off the edge if you're Mahomes. Empty set here today. They bring a blitz. He has time, though. He has plenty of time. He fires it. That's going to be incomplete. Oh, he had his man open, but it's an inaccurate pass, and they're going to have to punt this ball away. And Trent Williams has had his struggles here today. Let's see if he can overcome them and pin and put the ACC at least deep in their own territory. Trent Williams out to punt this ball away. Not rhymed. Let's see. The punt is off. It's going to at least be on their other side of the 50. It's going to get at the 31-yard line of the other team. And with 7 minutes remaining, down by 10, Lamar Jackson, this ACC's the ACC Buccaneers hero, retakes the field, and he really is their hero. Every single ACC fan loves this man at quarterback because he is undefeated so far in the Conference of Champions. If he loses here today, he's no longer undefeated. He's the only quarterback that is undefeated in this ACC, in the entire Conference of Champions. His legacy will be a little bit tarnished if he loses here tonight. Shotgun here, Lamar Jackson, 7 minutes remaining. They bring a blitz, screen, but he's going to get sacked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And there we go. Nick Kwiatkowski makes another big-time play down the stretch. And the Big 12 has 6 sacks in this game, which is insane to me. 11 total sacks for both teams. That's a lot of sacks. But Nick Kwiatkowski, the veteran, the player that you expect to make big-time plays down the stretch, just made a big-time play there. It keeps the clock a-chugging. It sets them back 7 yards. Really, everything that is possible, anything bad for the ACC happened there. Looks like Jason Verrett might be coming off on a corner blitz here. They do bring a corner blitz with Verrett. He's going to get it underneath to Dalvin Cook, who's actually going to go backwards a yard, loses a yard, and that's going to be a 3rd and 18. And the fact is, you have to go for it on 4th down regardless, so you might just want to get half of these yards back if you are the ACC Buccaneers. And while their offense let them down, the Big 12 defense has decided to step up their aggressiveness, and they've been able to do a great job here today. 3rd and 18. Can they force a big-time stop here? Shotgun here, Lamar Jackson. They bring a 4-man rush. He's going to have time. He fires it. That's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there by, I believe, Chris Harris Jr. on that play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 18. They have to go for this. They cannot punt this ball away with 6 minutes remaining. They don't have enough time. They're going to have to go for it with their own 23-yard line. And their defense, the Big 12 defense, has a chance to make a huge stop here on 4th and 18. They bring a 4-man rush, actually 5-man rush. He's going to have time. He's going to fire it deep to DeAndre Hopkins, who's not going to make the catch. Great pass breakup by the Big 12. And that's likely going to be it. Xavien Howard on the coverage there against DeAndre Hopkins. He had his chance one-on-one, and he gets his hands on it, but Xavien Howard's able to slap that ball away. And onto the field comes back Patrick Mahomes, the hero of this team. Honestly, a whole bunch of these players will be shrined in the mortality. Whether it's Danny Amendola's amazing plays throughout the game, whether it's Sterling Shepard's big-time catch in the 4th quarter that got him into field goal range to take a 2-possession lead, or is it going to be whether it's Xavien Howard making a big-time swat? They're going to go hand off with Mixon. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Still, the clock keeps moving, and you can get a field goal at the very least. But if they end up pulling this game off. If they end up winning this game, you know it's going to be Mahomes. Everyone in their mother knows that Mahomes is going to win the Super Bowl MVP because he's done a great job at carrying them throughout this entire playoffs. Not just the playoffs, but in this game as well, making big-time plays when he's needed to. And it's really been impressive here by Patrick Mahomes. A shotgun with Mixon lined up directly behind him. They're going to snap it. He's going to fire it. It's going to be caught. Oof. I don't know if I'd be throwing it here. Sterling Shepard makes the catch. Because if you end up throwing a pick and they end up taking it back for a touchdown, it's suddenly a 3-point game, and that is dangerous. I don't know if I'd be throwing it at all, because at the very least you can run this clock down a lot and take a field goal and make it a 13-point ball game, which means this game's far from being out of reach. If they force a field goal here and you're the ACC, you're going to have about 4.5 minutes, I guess, to go get a touchdown, and then I guess give the other team the ball. I hope you can get a stop. Shotgun here from Mahomes. Nixon lined up directly behind him. He's going to throw it here. He's going to fire it. It's going to be caught. What a throw. What a catch. Touchdown, Tyler Lockett, and he's going to get the game-sealing touchdown. Tyler Lockett has not been very involved here today, but he ends up making the biggest touchdown of his life in this game, and this is likely going to put the ball game away. This is why, I guess, why you throw it, but this is great coverage. I thought that was going to be a pick, but instead it's a perfectly placed ball by Patrick Mahomes, and Tyler Lockett ends up walking into this end zone to get that touchdown. Let's go, Tyler Lockett. It's going to be a field goal kick by Justin Tucker. Make this a 17-point ball game. And with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left, the ACC Buccaneers need a miracle to come back in this game and win it. And this game is in large part, you got to give credit to the defense of the Big 12 for making a big-time stop. They punted that ball away, and they were only down by 10 points with 6 minutes left or something like that. And they forced a sack, and then they forced a tackle for loss, and then they forced an incompletion, and then they forced another incompletion. And they did a great job, an absolute phenomenal job at getting the ball turned over on downs. This isn't going to be returned by Jamison Crowder. Justin Tucker with an amazing kickoff. And you can feel it. The energy is building in this building. The Big 12 Cardinals think they've got this game locked up. They think they are going to be walking away with that Super Bowl trophy. And you know what? The Big 12 kind of deserves it. They've played so well throughout these playoffs, and I think they deserve to be the first team to knock off Lamar Jackson and the ACC Buccaneers. Really, it's a Cinderella story for the ages. The Big 12 Cardinals have played so well in these playoffs. Shotgun here, Lamar Jackson. They're going to go pass. He's going to fire it. That's going to be caught on the outside by DeAndre Hopkins, but it's a little bit too late by D-Hop. Has not been involved enough here today. I mean, it's just, he hasn't been. Again, only about his, fifth catch of the ball game or something like that. Fourth catch of the ball game for only 41 yards. That's a great defensive job by this team. Two tight ends set here, it looks like, with Darren Waller and Eric Ebron on the field. They're going to go pass, 4-man rush. He's going to time. He fires it. It's going to be caught by DeAndre Hopkins once again. And the fact is, though, you got to go hurry up because you need at least one onside. You need to score 17 points in 4.5 minutes. Is going to be really difficult, but it is possible. You just got to hurry it up. And if you're the Big 12, you're happy this clock. Every second that chews off this clock is the second closer you're to winning your first Conference of Champions. They're going to go pass here. He's going to have time. 4-man rush. He's going to fire it underneath to Dalvin Cook, who's going to fumble the ball, and that's going to be recovered, and that's going to be it. David Irving making the fumble recovery, and that might just be it for this team. Huge hit by Earl Thomas, making another big-time play in this game, and then he forces the fumble. Dalvin Cook and Mahomes and company returns to the field, and at this point, you just run the clock out. There is no point in passing the ball at all. Last time I understood it, but you're up by 17 points, 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. just run the ball with Joe Mixon a whole bunch. I don't understand the point in not doing that. You can basically take them out of this game, but if they throw a pick six, it's bad. It's a bad thing for sure. Interesting formation, I believe, with Beck and Swain in the backfield. They're going to run up the middle with Mixon. It's going to be only 4 yards on the play, but still clock is chewing, and Mixon has had a phenomenal game on the ground. Again, we've got only 17 rushes, but 133 yards and a touchdown on the ground. So, again, amazing game by Mixon, and we're coming to the end of this game, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this season. Your center here is Mahomes. He's going to hand it off to Mixon, more than likely. They do go hand off Mixon. He's going to fight his way to the 32-yard line, about 5 yards on the play. But I hope you guys really enjoyed the season. I enjoyed making it for you. We had arguably the biggest upsets of the year with the 6th seed winning, going all the way. We have yet to have an upset in the wild card round, but we have an upset in the divisional every year at the very least. Shotgun here is Mahomes. They're going to go run with Mixon, who's going to get the first down. If he reaches it, I think he gets this first down. They do call it a first down, so the clock keeps on moving, and you can kind of feel the defeat in the crowd. The ACC knows it's all over, but you got to give credit for the way this Big 12 team has come out and it's fought and it's pulled off the ultimate upset. They've went from being the 6th seed and really struggling against the MAC. Like, the MAC gave them a hell of a game, and they went from that to dominating against the SEC, the Big Ten, and now officially the ACC. They're going to go run up the middle with Joe Mixon again. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. But, I mean, you have to give props to this team. A true Cinderella story. The Big 12 Cardinals, you have Mahomes. But outside of that, everyone thought their defense was going to be really bad, because it typically is. Defense was phenomenal this year, and in large part why they ended up winning this game. Shotgun is Mahomes. They're going to bring, I believe, Lockett in motion, but they're going to just hand it off to Mixon, and Mixon's going to get tackled for only about a 1-yard gain. And they're going to actually let this clock keep on moving. The ACC is. They're not going to take timeouts. I think they know it's over as well as we do. They're going to, I mean, if I'm the Big 12, I chew all 30 seconds off this clock. Empty set here for some reason. It's really all over, so it doesn't matter, I guess, but really interesting choice here. They're going to decide to pass it. They bring a blitz. He fires it. He's going to be caught by Mark Andrews. He's going to get tackled just short of that end zone. I thought Mark Andrews was going to get in that end zone, but unfortunately for the Big 12, Mark Andrews, that is just a stat builder. Not a touchdown, though. He doesn't get to put the touchdown in there, too. And we are about a minute away, guys. A minute away from seeing the Big 12 do their little Super Bowl celebration. A minute away from seeing this team. Looks like it's a knee formation, honestly. I don't know, though. That might be a run. Shotgun for Mahomes, I guess. They're going to go run with Mixon, who's going to get tackled for a loss. That's just going to ruin Mixon's stats, but it's not going to do much other than that. I think that might be the last play of this ball game, though. 27 seconds remaining. And I hope you guys... I really think this Conference of Champions is really fun. Next year it's going to be a little bit tough because it's going to be my senior year, or like it's the senior summer before I go to college, wherever that may be. My mom, she's going to want to do stuff, so it's going to be a little bit hard to get this out next year. I think I might have to record it a little bit ahead of time. 5 seconds remaining, but I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing these playoffs. This might be the last year where I can really fully dedicate myself, because I'm going to be in college next year. And there it is, Cliff Kingsbury and this Big 12 team. They win their first Conference of Champions. True legends, true heroes. And they have the right to be excited. So happy for those guys. Deshaun Elliott, for sure, for coming back after that injury and making big-time play after big-time play. Cliff Kingsbury is going to talk to Bruce Arians. Lamar Jackson's sad because he just lost his undefeated he's never been defeated before, and his first loss is in the Super Bowl. Really kind of sad for Lamar Jackson, but regardless, this was a really great game. Played an extremely great game. The Big 12 did. Unfortunately, the ACC, I don't think, brought their A game today. And you're going to have to bring your A game against a team like the Big 12. I knew it. A lot of people knew it. Big 12's a tough team to play. And especially when Joe Mixon was on like he was tonight. And it's going to be really tough to beat them. Patrick Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP with his 325 yards and 2 touchdowns and 72.7% completion percentage. Bradley Chubb really deserved. He was great in this game. The real question was, would Chandler Jones have been a turning point? There they are in the box. They're celebrating Tyler Lockett, Joe Mixon, Patrick Mahomes, and I believe Nick Kwiatkowski, and being the defensive player in that little box. And he really was the defensive MVP in this game for the Big 12. And it's raining, it's pouring, but no one on the team was snoring tonight. They were all phenomenal. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Conference of Champions. Hit that like and subscribe button. But hey, everybody, this is GGB co-host Pupper saying adios.